All right, what's up guys? I'm here with my new turkey setup. So this gun is actually not new to me. I've had this gun for a very long time. It's actually the first gun that I was ever given. My dad actually got it for me for Christmas back when I was 8 years old. I shot my first turkey with this gun. I've shot a lot of rabbits with this gun, and this gun just has a lot of sentimental value to me. And this year I wasn't really using it for much, and I said, you know what, I'm gonna build it out and it's gonna be the ultimate turkey slayer. So this is just a 20 gauge Mossberg 500 Phantom. It's a real little, real short gun. It's awesome for, you know, a youth 20 gauge gun, and I've loved it ever since I've got it. I've loved it. This year I went ahead and built it out. I put the Indian Creek choke on it. I'm going with the 5.55 constriction. So I've heard really good things about it. I talked to a couple people, and they've all said, hey, this is the one that you want to go with. I threw on a Sightmark red dot that my grandpa actually gave me. He had it laying around, and he said, hey, you know what, I'm not going to use it, so if you want to use it, go shoot something with it. And then I am running actually the Apex 9-shot this year, the TSS Apex 9-shot. Last year I ran it in my 12 gauge, same load, and it performed awesome. I shot a bird at 15 yards and it didn't even move. I mean, it was stone cold dead. But basically today I'm just going to show you guys how I like to sight my guns in, how I like to set them up, and just give you a rundown on the whole gun itself. So I'm super pumped. I'm super excited to be using this thing again, and yeah, we'll see how it does. So, but basically what I do is I like to set my cardboard up, and I like to be about 5 to 6 yards from it to really get that thing sighted and really good. And I'm just going to use 8-shot starting out. Basically I'll sit down, I got a little dot up there, I'll show you guys. I like to shoot at really close distance because your pattern is really tight. So it's really easy to sight in because you can look and see, okay, my pattern is way left or way right or way high or way low, and then you can make your adjustments from that. Normally, when you get that dead on to your circle and you back up to 20 yards and shoot it, you're pretty much almost dead on. It's pretty much ready to go. Every now and then you got to make a few minor adjustments, but that is, in my opinion, the best way to do it. So I'll just use 8-shot. I'll sit about 5 yards, put my red dot right on that circle, and I'll pull. And basically I'll shoot until I get it dead on perfect. Then I'll back up to 20, shoot again. If it's perfect and I like it at 20, I'll back up, I'll look at it, I'll shoot it at 30. If I like it there, then I'll actually start shooting my TSS. So I'm gonna use 8-shot just so I'm not wasting, TSS is not cheap, but it's the most effective thing in my opinion to kill a turkey. So I don't wanna shoot a ton of it, but you can shoot 8-shot and get it pretty much dang close or right on it, and then shoot with your TSS, and a lot of times it's going to be exactly where it was with the 8-shot to the TSS. Sometimes you got to make a few adjustments, but a lot of times I've found it is very close. So I'm gonna go ahead and shoot it, and we'll start the sighting process. All right guys, so that's the little dot that I'll be aiming at, and I like to use a big piece of cardboard, and the reason I like to use that is just because if you're way off, you're still gonna be able to see it. So I like to get a big piece of cardboard. I just put a little circle there, and then I just walk back, about 5, 6, 7 steps. Nothing too far, nothing, just to where I know my pattern is still gonna be pretty good. We're gonna start. I know it's a little bit of windy. I apologize for the audio, but I'm about 5 steps from it, and we're just gonna start shooting the 8-shot, and we're gonna see if we can't get this thing sighted in with a few shots. So, see how she goes. All right, guys. I don't know if you can see that, but it's probably a foot high. So I'll go ahead and make my adjustments, and then we will, and we'll get her going. We'll get her pretty good, but it's not too far off. The left and right looks really good, but it is pretty high. So we'll make some adjustments, and then yeah, we'll get going back at it. All right, we made a few adjustments. We'll sit down and shoot again, see how she goes. So I got a lot of explaining to do. Basically, I put that sight on, shot with 8-shot about 6 times, and I made adjustments. And every single time I shot, I was hitting right here, and I made some more adjustments. I hit higher, I made more adjustments. Basically, I ended up maxing out the whole sight, and could not get it low enough to even come close to my gray target. I don't know what's up. I don't know if it was just the sight. I don't know if it's just because it sits so high up off the gun that, I'm not sure. With that being said, I took the red dot off, took the rail off, took everything off, just with the sights that are on the gun. Shot it one time, and we got right here. Not exactly perfect in the gray. However, it is hitting the gray. So then I backed up to 30 yards, and this is with the 8-shot, backed up to 30 yards and shot, and this is my pattern. Not terrible. It is a little bit to the right, but I mean, it is pretty solid. I think with that TSS 9-shot, it'll be a lot better, but I am going to go ahead and shoot it, the TSS at 30 yards. I got my target set up. I'm 30 yards away. I'm going to go ahead and shoot one just with the sights that are on the gun, and I'm just going to see, if it's accurate enough to, I'm not gonna have to worry about, I'm not gonna have to worry about running the red dot. I'll just run the sights that are on the gun. And I mean, we'll have to see if that'll work. So I'm gonna go ahead and get ready and shoot one at 30 yards with the TSS and see if we're close, if not dead on to the turkey. And yeah, hopefully it's dead on and we're good to go. All right, guys. So I actually decided that I'm just gonna go ahead and shoot at 40 instead of 30. I think it's going to be pretty good. So I'm just going to go ahead and shoot it one time at 40, see where it hits. The 8-shot was shooting really good. So I got the turkey target out there at 40 yards, and we're just going to see where she hits and see how she does. All right. That looks pretty doggone good. I can't 100% tell from here, but it looks like we absolutely crushed that target. I'm gonna have to step back to walk it up there. But little side note, guys, we actually had a tornado come through, and Mom and Dad had a gigantic tree actually uprooted there and fell and just clipped the side of their house. It could have been really, really bad. They kind of got lucky. I mean, they didn't, because it definitely hit the house, but it kind of fell there and went past their house onto the deck and crushed their deck, and took out the grill and everything else. That actually just replaced the grill. It actually hit the dog kennels and did some damage to the dog kennels. But no, yeah, they got really lucky, and that's kind of why you see all that stuff. But back to the turkey. And so I was holding about right at the base of the neck, kind of where the feathers meet the turkey. And that right there is going to work. That's at 40 yards. That turkey is smoked. So I am extremely happy with that. And so I shot it at 40. I was going to wrap it up, but it shot so good at 40. I decided, you know what? Let's throw one more TSS in there. Let's back up to 60, just for the information, just so that I know, hey, I'm good out to this many yards out. And I think I'm going out to Wyoming to chase some turkey. So I really think that 60 yards is about the max I want to shoot a turkey. But if I have to shoot 60, I at least want to know that I can. So I went ahead and just stepped it off. I got the turkey target back there. Once again, guys, I apologize for the wind. It's a daggone windy day, I know that. But I'm gonna go ahead and shoot it at 60. We're just gonna see what happens here. I mean, I don't know if I'd ever shoot a turkey at 60. Hopefully I never have to, but if the opportunity presents itself and it's the only opportunity I got, I want to know that I can at least do it. So we're gonna try here. We're gonna shoot this thing at 60, and we're gonna see how she does. Guys, I can tell from right here we got a dead bird down there, but we're gonna go ahead and just walk her off and show you anyway. Man, tell you what, I'm impressed with this little 20 gauge. I know I've always shot 12 gauges, and I started, well, I shouldn't say always, started shooting turkeys with this gun at 8 and shot turkeys all the way up until I was about 18 when I bought my 12 gauge, and I switched over to a 12 gauge. You know, got to have the big boy gun, the knockdown power, and then actually switched over to the 20 gauge this year, switching back with the TSS. It's just, man, it's so wild at what you can do with that TSS stuff, and with these sub gauges. So I tell you what, I know I killed a turkey at 60. However, I think that, you know, that 50-yard mark for me is going to be about max. That's definitely a dead bird, and there's a lot of good pellets there, but you know, it's not exactly ideal for what I wanted. However, I mean, it's a dead turkey, but you know, I don't know if I'll pull the trigger at that distance just because of that pattern. You know, it's not super not sold on the 60-yard shot, but I tell you what, for inside of 50, I think it's going to be pretty good. So there it is. You know, at 40 and 60, pattern looks pretty good. You can probably kill a bird at 60. I'm not going to say that you can. I'm not going to say that you can't. But, I mean, that's definitely, there was enough pellets in the head. I mean, it only takes one. However, I do like my odds to be the highest. So, for me, I like to call them as close as I can anyway. I'm not too worried about, you know, having to shoot 60 yards. But, guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. Hope this kind of gave you a little input on, you know, how I like to shoot my guns, and maybe just show you guys, you know, the best, in my opinion, the best way to pattern your TSS and see how it's going to shoot. So I hope you guys enjoyed this one. I'll catch you on the next one. See ya.